Brandon Martin. The name once echoed with promise, a beacon of hope in the world of baseball. Drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays in 2011, his future seemed etched in stardust. Then the narrative twisted, took a dark turn. The star pitcher, the hopeful athlete, became a name whispered in hushed tones, synonymous with a horrific crime. Martin's story is a chilling reminder of the duality of human nature. How could someone with so much potential succumb to such darkness? What forces conspired to shatter a life, leaving behind only devastation and sorrow? A story of mental illness, family strife, and unchecked rage culminating in an unspeakable act. Join me as we delve into the complexities of Brandon Martin's life, seeking to understand the events that led to his downfall. Brandon Martin's journey began in Moreno Valley, California. Born into a family passionate about baseball, he was immersed in the sport from a young age. His talent was undeniable. He moved with an athlete's grace, his throws powerful and precise. People took notice. He was a natural. At Santiago High School, he dominated the field, his name becoming synonymous with victory. Scouts flocked to watch him play, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. He was a rare talent, destined for the big leagues. The pressure mounted, expectations soared. Behind the dazzling smile and the winning streak, however, a darkness simmered. There were glimpses of a volatile temper, a struggle to control his emotions. These were brushed aside, attributed to the intensity of a fierce competitor. The seeds of his downfall were sown early on, hidden beneath the surface of a seemingly charmed life. As Martin's baseball career flourished, his personal life became increasingly turbulent. The cracks in his facade began to show. His family life was strained. Arguments were frequent, tensions high. He struggled with mental health issues, battling anxiety and depression. His inner turmoil spilled over into his interactions with others. Despite his family's efforts to seek help for him, Martin resisted. His denial became a barrier to treatment, exacerbating his mental health struggles. The once promising athlete was unraveling, his life a tangled web of unaddressed trauma and mental illness. The year 2015 marked a turning point in Brandon Martin's life. His baseball career, once a source of hope and promise, came to an abrupt end. The Tampa Bay Rays, the team that had drafted him with such high hopes, released him. Martin's world crumbled around him. He spiraled further into despair, his mental health deteriorating rapidly. He grappled with feelings of failure and inadequacy, unable to cope with the loss of his dream. His behavior became increasingly erratic and disturbing. Run-ins with the law became more frequent, fueled by substance abuse and untreated mental illness. Martin's descent into darkness serves as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of untreated mental illness. On September 17, 2015, tragedy struck in the quiet community of Corona, California. Brandon Martin, fueled by a toxic mix of anger, paranoia, and mental instability, committed an unspeakable act. He brutally murdered 3 innocent people in a fit of rage. The victims were his own family members, his father, Michael Martin, his uncle, Ricky Anderson, and a close friend of the family, Barry Swanson. Martin, armed with a baseball bat, unleashed a torrent of violence upon his unsuspecting victims. The community was left reeling in shock and disbelief. The brutality of Martin's crimes painted a chilling picture of a mind consumed by darkness. They were the culmination of years of unaddressed mental health issues, unchecked anger, and a descent into despair. The murders sent shockwaves through the community of Corona and beyond. News of the crime spread like wildfire, leaving a trail of disbelief and horror in its wake. Friends, neighbors, and former teammates struggled to reconcile the Brandon Martin they knew with the monster he had become. The Martin family, once a symbol of hope and promise, was shattered. The surviving members were left to pick up the pieces, grappling with unimaginable grief and loss. The community rallied around the grieving family, offering support and condolences. Candlelight vigils were held, memories were shared, and tears were shed for the lives tragically cut short. Yet, amidst the grief and support, questions lingered. How could this have happened? Were there warning signs that were missed? The trial of Brandon Martin began in 2018, 3 years after the murders. The prosecution presented a compelling case, detailing the horrific nature of the crimes and Martin's history of mental instability and violence. They argued that his actions were premeditated and driven by rage. The defense, while acknowledging the tragedy of the situation, attempted to portray Martin as a deeply troubled individual whose mental illness had spiraled out of control. The jury ultimately found Brandon Martin guilty of 3 counts of first-degree murder. In 2019, he was sentenced to death. The judge, in delivering the sentence, described the crimes as brutal, vicious, and callous. The verdict and sentencing brought a sense of closure to the families of the victims, but it did little to ease their pain. Brandon Martin's crimes sent ripples of pain and grief far beyond the immediate circle of his victims' families. The community of Corona, once a place of peace and tranquility, was left grappling with the aftermath of unimaginable violence. The sense of security was shattered, replaced by a lingering fear and a profound sense of loss. The tragedy also sparked a broader conversation about mental health awareness and the need for early intervention. Martin's story served as a stark reminder that mental illness can affect anyone, regardless of their background, socioeconomic status, or outward appearance. It highlighted the importance of recognizing the warning signs, seeking help, and supporting those who are struggling. In the wake of this tragedy, the community of Corona came together to honor the memory of the victims and to work towards preventing future tragedies. Their efforts, born out of unimaginable loss, serve as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of community in the face of adversity. The tragic case of Brandon Martin offers profound lessons about the complexities of human nature and the devastating consequences of unaddressed mental illness. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about the darkness that can reside within seemingly ordinary individuals, and the fine line that separates normalcy from chaos. One of the most poignant lessons is the importance of recognizing and addressing mental health issues early on. Martin's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of ignoring warning signs, dismissing erratic behavior, and failing to seek professional help. It underscores the need for open communication, destigmatizing mental illness, and creating a culture where individuals feel comfortable seeking help without shame or judgment. Another crucial lesson is the importance of fostering strong support systems within families and communities. Building strong, supportive relationships, fostering a sense of belonging, and creating safe spaces for individuals to share their struggles can be powerful deterrents against despair and violence. Investing in mental health services is not only a moral imperative, but also a societal imperative, one that can save lives and prevent future tragedies. The name Brandon Martin will forever be linked to the horrific murders he committed, his legacy forever tarnished by the darkness that consumed him. However, it's crucial to remember that his victims were not mere footnotes in his story. They were individuals with their own hopes, dreams, and loved ones who were left devastated by their loss. Michael Martin, Brandon's father, was a loving husband, father, and grandfather. Ricky Anderson, Brandon's uncle, was a talented artist and a loyal friend. Barry Swanson, a close friend of the family, was a pillar of the community, known for his generosity and optimism. These 3 men were more than just victims. They were fathers, husbands, brothers, friends, and mentors who left an indelible mark on the lives of those who knew them. Their absence is deeply felt, and their memories continue to inspire acts of kindness, compassion, and community building. Let us strive to create a world where such senseless acts of violence are no longer tolerated and where every life is cherished and protected.